Alright, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. So, today we're gonna be talking about something that I've not heard too much about myself. As you can tell by the title of this video and by what you're seeing on screen right now, we're gonna be talking about Onision and the controversy that he has had in his real life, as well as some of the content that he's put onto his YouTube channel. I'm not going to show any of his content, but you better believe we're going to talk about it. So, last year, about a year ago, as of when this video is being made, Discovery Plus made a documentary series about the YouTuber Onision and his controversy. A new documentary series investigating Onision. I really hope I'm saying this name correctly. If not, please let me know in the comment section below. A YouTuber accused of abusive behavior and grooming by multiple women brings the story to a wider, less online audience. But the series premiere was marred by criticism from the very YouTube community that brought the story to the mainstream light. Onision in real life is a three-episode docuseries that premiered on Discovery Plus's Discovery's streaming platform, Discovery Plus, on January 4th, 2021. It looks into Gregory, sometimes James Jackson, known online as Onision. The now 35-year-old began posting videos in 2007, garnering a largely teenage following with his shocking sketches, viral music videos, and inflammatory misogynistic rants. YouTube has not banned him from the platform in spite of complaints from other users. Now, I did actually fact check this, and it looks like his most recent video was December 31st, 2021, so New Year's Eve, and that was only 3 days ago. So yeah, it's apparent that YouTube has not banned him at the moment, which is pretty shocking to me, considering that they were pretty quick to ban EDP 445. I mean, in both cases, you've got content that severely goes against the grain of what YouTube stands for. And now with Onision receiving these complaints, and this documentary, I'm kind of surprised that he is still making videos. I don't know too much about the guy myself, but if all this is true, it's very, very shocking to me that he is still making videos for YouTube, especially when EDP 445 was banned. Onision also displayed a pattern of pursuing relationships with his much younger fans, prompting other YouTubers to post videos calling to Dplatform him. YouTubers known as commentary creators, have posted hours of content about Onision and his alleged abuse, stitching together overlapping timelines through screenshots, clips, and now deleted Onision videos, and correspondence with survivors. As I stated in my previous video about EDP445, I'm not, or I do not favor I don't favor cancel culture and censorship, because it would cover up people like this, and we would not know who is truly committing acts such as this. So, although what he is doing is, although if this is true, what he is doing is completely horrendous, and I do wish that he would stop. I don't think that I don't necessarily think that he should stop making videos because, well, although I want, or although obviously this clearly needs to stop, it needs to stop naturally, is what I'm saying. Like he needs to get help, and he needs to, and this needs to stop on its own. Well, somebody needs to stop it, whether it's him or somebody else, but we have to stop it at the root, and not just just cover it up and stop what we're seeing. Because all that's going to do is put a band-aid on a wound that needs surgery, which at least 6 women have accused Onision of abuse, and several were interviewed on Chris Hansen's YouTube live stream, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, in late 2019. While the series undoubtedly altered a wider audience to Onision's alleged predatory behavior, many in the YouTube community have expressed reservations about Hansen's intentions in bringing the story to a mainstream distributor like Discovery Plus. In fact, Hansen's deal with the investigative Discovery deterred a number of survivors from appearing in Onision in real life. Onision has denied allegations of predatory behavior and abuse. Who wouldn't? Like, honestly, if you can't hardcore prove it, which I'm assuming you can't in this situation. Maybe you can, but well, what I'm trying to say is, I can't say I'm surprised that he's denying these allegations, because, well, who would willingly say, "Oh yeah, I'm a sexual predator of underage women"? Who would say that? Like no one in their right mind's gonna say that. The first 2 episodes of Onision in real life focus on Onision's alleged abuse of his much younger partners and persistent harassment of women online. It features interviews with Onision's estranged father, Randy Daniel, who sheds light on his son's violent past and alleges that Onision attacked him. YouTuber Eugenia Cooney, haven't heard her name in a little while. I hope she's getting over her. I hope she is getting the help she needs as well, and doing well. He was the target of a relentless online harassment campaign led by Onision. Also appears in the series to discuss his inappropriate fixation on her appearance and eating disorder. Which I do believe. which I do sincerely hope that she is recovering from. The series paints Onision as something of a charismatic cult leader who used his popularity and online following to coerce young women into romantic relationships, levying his audience against them when the relationship ended. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, I'm a communication studies major, and one thing that we are taught is the power of social media. Social media has the ability to reach a very, very large audience. You can cover up you can kind of cover up some information depending on how well you post and how well Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm a communication studies major in college, and one thing we are taught is we're taught about the power of social media. Social media has the ability to reach a very, very, very large audience quite quickly. And well, you can most certainly stir up a crowd very, very quickly. Very quickly. Uh, to use myself as an example, well, I'm a Browns fan and I'm part of a and yes, I do use Facebook, and I am part of a Browns group on the platform. And well, I've posted a couple of posts that were a bit controversial and Boyd and I realized that quickly. Like within the first hour where I was getting these posts, I was either getting like 50 people, like 75 people agreeing with me, and about 25 people passionately disagreeing with me. And that would last for about a couple days, for like 2 days or so, before fizzling out. So, all in all, it would be about 200 interactions or so, with a relatively small group compared to the larger internet. And it turns what would otherwise be a rather small crowd into a somewhat large crowd. And that appears to be what's happening here with Onision. So, a lot of people don't truly understand the power of social media, and to be fair, we're still learning quite a lot about social media and its social and its true and larger social impact and its impact on our lives. And now, as for his communicator traits of him being charismatic, as this article says, or as the series painting him as charismatic. When you're a charismatic speaker, and you're speaking to a large crowd, there's virtually nothing stopping you, or there's a very, very, very little stopping you from winning over that crowd. I mean, take a look at Hitler. He was a very charismatic leader. He also came at at a very low point for Germany. So, to be fair, the listeners were vulnerable, but he presented himself in a way that was so supposed to do all this good for Germany, essentially. Or he posed as this character that was going to be very good for Germany, and he used his charisma to slyly turn Germany essentially into the Third Reich and ultimately the Holocaust. He was a very charismatic leader, and if Onision is as charismatic as he supposedly is, then yeah, this could very, very easily happen, especially with social media. I mean, a charismatic person putting out a message onto social media will spread like wildfire. The entirety of this journey in the last 12 years has really been me thinking that I was totally alone in it. Sheila Hoganson, I might, excuse me if I'm butchering that, a singer known mononymously as Sheila, told Mashable. Sheila began communicating with Onision as a 17-year-old fan. Onision, then 25, divorced his wife and formally introduced Sheila as his girlfriend in a YouTube video weeks before her 18th birthday. She alleges that over the course of their relationship, he emotionally tormented her so severely that she had a stress-induced seizure that he recorded and posted footage of online. Onision in real life includes scenes from now deleted YouTube videos that show Onision recording Sheila in the shower, forcing her to shave her head, and joking about abusing her. Wow. By the time their relationship ended for good roughly a year later, Sheila had been hospitalized for suicide ideation, harassed by Onision's fans, and developed sepsis following a miscarriage. Wow. All this to a 17, 18-year-old girl. You know, I wasn't quite unsure of the truth with Onision reading this article, but now knowing that there is footage of this out there, of him doing this to a rather young and rather still, and somewhat still impressionable girl, how is this man not behind bars? Like, this man should be sharing the same cell as EDP 445. I'm gonna put him right next to EDP for now. When I found out there were others like me, it kind of ended a long 12 years of me thinking there was nobody else that could understand what I was going through. Sheila continued. I felt a little less crazy for sure. Wow. So, this article is pretty long. I'm not going to read it all in this video. As that would be an insanely long video, and I'm not gonna force myself to do that just yet. We'll see how this video goes. Maybe we'll return to the article. Gonna put a bookmark on it just in case. Okay, and that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video. Subscribe to my gaming channel as well. That's going to be linked down below. It's going to be linked at the end as well. You might have to look up in the cards for it. You might not. Subscribe over there as well. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye.